Hello everyone, welcome back to the Social Club. We've got a topic for you this week and it centres around Alexandre Lacazette, the internet's favourite footballer. Actually these days after Kylian Mbappe. Arsenal looks done and dusted, thought it was worth a little bit of a chat with Arsenal's biggest fan, Flav. Obviously it goes without saying that you don't give a fuck one way or the other about Arsenal.
Well, I do if they get better.
Yes, that's true.
So yeah, I mean it's concerning on some degree, but you know.
Well, this is a guy who everyone's been linked with in recent years. He's finally got, or it looks like he's finally got the big move away from the French league. His goal return is, you know, it's an elite level goal return that he's getting. He got to the point he's nearly scoring a goal a game. I mean, it goes without saying, having someone at that goal scoring rate should improve Arsenal, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a goal every 90 minutes. Even if it is the French league, that's still impressive. You know, Ibrahimovic has done it elsewhere, but he came from France and still managed to do it in England. And Giroud for Montpellier, I think it is. But when they won the league a few years ago, I think he scored like 30 odd goals that year. So it's you don't know what you're buying. But it seems that Lacazette has everything you need to be a successful footballer at the top level. Atletico Madrid were interested. They looked like they had a deal in place, but then got the transfer ban. So, yeah, no doubt they're probably buying a great
I suppose that's the good way of looking at it to some regards, is that Atletico were prepared effectively to replace Griezmann with him. And if you look on a transfer business, that's probably, you know, Atletico have done a very good job of selling their best players and replacing them effectively.
It's incredible. Yeah. The strikers they've signed is unreal. I mean, they're the third club in Spain, so it's essentially anyone that Spain, that Barcelona and Real Madrid don't want. But they look at the success of number 9s they've had in that team, and the fact that they wanted Lacazette as well should show something about his quality.
I guess the fear that probably strikes a lot of Arsenal fans around this, I've seen a lot of this online, is if Arsenal keep hold of their best players, so look, Alexis Sanchez and Mesut, you tie both of those guys down and you add Lacazette to that, then that's a potent attacking force. Now, if you lose Alexis Sanchez, Man City very strongly linked, we know that's a well-worn path in terms of transfers for them. Where do Arsenal stand as going into the new season?
Like you say, if they keep hold of Sanchez and Ozil and Lacazette, that's a pretty potent forward line. You'd think the amount of chances that Lacazette will get, and you know he's a great finisher with them in the team. The bigger question is Sanchez, isn't it? So if it looks like he's going. I mean, you saw the way he responded to the questions when he was out with Chile. He wouldn't answer, and that doesn't fill you with confidence if you're an Arsenal supporter. Yeah. So what they're actually got to do, they've got to rebuild essentially. Sanchez was so important. Lacazette doesn't play in that three. Sanchez can play anywhere along that three and up top as well. Lacazette is a number 9, so you know you've got to buy 2 players to replace the utility of Sanchez.
Well, you kind of felt something similar. I mean, we had it with Suarez, you guys had it with Bale. It shouldn't be underestimated the impact of losing a player of that absolute quality.
It can destroy you. It can losing. You become so reliant on a player of insane quality, and you have to, because they're always going to stamp their authority all over the pitch. Bale and Suarez, we had a good team around them, but they were just they were levels above. And you saw that, and you knew that it was going to. I mean, I didn't realise how important Gareth Bale was to Tottenham until he left.
No, we were the same. We come into that following season, we got back into the Champions League, and we were like, "Be fine," because we've got the same manager, we've got all these other players, we're going to be better and better. Oh no. Yeah. Why did we not realise that when you look at it in the cold?
Blind to your own problems, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Often. And Sanchez is of similar quality to both of those. You can put him in the same bracket, you know, more or less. So. Yeah, they're going to. Sanchez is at Arsenal. He's been there for long. You know, he's for 3 years. Is it 3 years now? He's been here for some time. He understands the football club.
No way, no.
Loved by the fans. He's captained Arsenal, and You know, buying Lacazette doesn't solve that problem, but it is a step in the right direction. They're also linked with Lamar as well, so those two together could be the solution. But you just don't know how players are going to adapt to the Premier League.
I think that's it. I don't envy Arsenal in this situation, particularly because the Europa League, I don't think they're prepared for the horrors of the Europa League. If I'm perfectly honest, you know it well. We know it well. It's not a pleasant competition to be in.
Shit.
It's just not. Well, here's the thing. It's shit, but it's not shit like the League Cup shit, where you can string it together a bunch of no marks with very minimal effort and make the semi-finals quite easily.
Yeah.
The Europa League
tough.
It's tough because you've got the distances travelled and you've got some teams who are just looking to murder you.
Playing on Thursday night as well is a pain in the arse. Yeah. All your games are, so for fans you don't get any Saturday games, but you go to these strange little teams and they.
Were you a Karabag in your group, in your last Europa League group?
I didn't even know that was a football team until they came. They weren't bad actually, to be fair. But you end up travelling a lot further than you do in a Champions League, and I think they're going to throw it. I think if Arsenal throw it in the first, just choose to not play in the qualifying group.
Robbie's buying a mansion on the side of his house if they lose in the Europa League group stages.
If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be like, throw it. Just throw it, because we can win the league. They could win the league if they choose to throw that competition. But I don't think Wenger would. I don't know how much
got the abilities to do
leeway.
That. Well,
I think Arsenal's biggest problem isn't all the signings anyway. It's just how much turmoil there's going to be.
Well, that's the thing. It's whether I feel like we're literally digging into Arsenal. Like for me, from the outside looking, if you're an Arsenal fan and you're watching at home, please do let us know. Obviously, your thoughts on the situation. Is Wenger up for the challenge of a rebuild? Because he's not a young man. Something fundamentally needs to be done. I always felt that squad was close. Should have been a damn sight closer to the title than it ended up being, particularly last season, obviously. And losing Alexis Sanchez, if that's the case, and Lacazette comes in, even if someone else then comes in who plays on the left-hand side or whatever, what kind of player would fit the profile for you? Do let us know in the comments below. But they're the one for me. I think it's going to be. It's a big summer for most of the clubs, I think, in the top 6 or 7, to be honest, because everyone wants to kick on, everyone wants to press, and you guys want to take that step further to get to the title. Chelsea want to stay where they are effectively. Liverpool they need to progress to make sure they're not another one season in the Champions League and then straight back out again. Arsenal, Everton have got money to spend. It's a sliding doors summer for Arsenal, I think, and one path leads to a very concerning short-term future, and the other one could lead to them turning it back on again and becoming a force.
Yeah, so. I mean, you got to trust in Wenger. I think there's no good. He's got a 2-year deal now. There's no good turning on him the minute you don't win, because what you're essentially going to have is the transitional period of finding a new manager who's going to move clubs at that stage in the season anyway. Arsenal fans have really just got to get behind him, and I for one was gutted when he signed the new contract. I think I can understand the frustrations from Arsenal fans. I understand why they do get annoyed with him. It's been a long time and they haven't done a lot, but he is a fantastic manager. Yeah, I think he can rebuild them. I
agree on the process of needing to buy into it now. It's how possible that is. I don't know. I think it's like when it's broken, it's a very difficult thing to fix. And it always seems to be like hanging over people's heads. But again, probably another story for another day. Try to maintain optimism. I'm dead sorry, Arsenal fans. I do apologise, but Alexandre Lacazette is a tremendous player. Look, but here's the thing. This is what summer's about, and about transfers, and the excitement of transfers is going to get a top target, establishing looking around world football, going, who do we want? Who does everyone else want? Lacazette, for me, I don't know what that was, but it fills this goldfish bowl of desire that's apparently present in everyone. This box of need. Lacazette, signing if that's all done and dusted, Lacazette is a great signing for Arsenal.
You wouldn't be surprised if he'd signed for any club in the world. Like, even if he went Real Madrid, you'd go, yeah, all right. So, yeah, it looks on paper that they have. It's hard for me to get these words out, but it does look. It looks like they've signed a top class striker.
Well,
there.
you talked about it when we covered Spurs transfers, which you can watch on the channel now if you're interested in that. You know, how do you replace someone like Harry Kane, because there's so few centre forwards out there who do score 30 goals a season. Well, there's one, and Arsenal's just brought him into the league. So you could say that was maybe another of the pieces that Arsenal have been missing. Is that guy who's going to lead the line? He is going to score goals for fun. And you know, they haven't really. It's been a number of years since they've really had someone they could rely on exactly in that department. You know, they've tried a few things. So
I wonder how much of an upgrade Lacazette is on Giroud though, because Giroud gets a huge amount of stick, but he's good. He's a good forward.
But the thing, the issue I think, not for now, but Giroud was I think he was predominantly an impact. So I think he only started 11 games. You know, he was in the starting 11 times last season.
So they needed that.
So they do need someone who starts games, who puts games to bed before having to bring on someone like Giroud to try and rescue it. So yeah. Anyway, Arsenal fans, are you excited by Alexandre Lacazette? Thanks, I'm on this camera, amazing. Let me know in the comments below. And any other signs you think, if Alexis Sanchez was to go, what players would you feel like Arsenal need to target to kind of fill that hole in the side? Again, let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up. Click there, why not? To subscribe to the Ball Street YouTube channel. And if you want to see us discussing transfers with Flav, more Flav. Who doesn't want more Flav? Let us know by clicking that icon and watch the video. And I'll see you there. Ta-da.